What's going on, everybody? So right here I have the 2025 big ass calendar, and right here I have the 2026 big ass calendar. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a full review of this whole calendar, why it's so good at planning out your entire year with a great view of everything that you'll be doing. And I'll also show you guys how to get a discount on one of these calendars if you want one yourselves, using my link in the description and my coupon code. First off, let me show you guys what the whole calendar looks like when it's rolled out, because this is the main thing that most people want to see. That's what it looks like, and I'll show you guys more close up what it looks like in the video after I edit this video. But you guys can also use these included dry erase markers, because it is dry erase material. So you can actually just use this right here to erase whatever you've written down and move stuff around if you want. And then of course you could use the color-coded sticky notes as well, which I'll show you guys in a second. Now in terms of what comes in the box, obviously you get the calendar, you get this marker, and then you get these sticky notes. These notes actually come in different colors this year. They have purple, green, yellow, orange, and red. So you basically just take these off, you can peel them off, and then you just stick them on the calendar wherever you want. You can see that last year they had blue, orange, and pink. So different colors every year, but it doesn't really matter too much. For example, if you want to mark holidays as one color, you could do that. If you want to mark birthdays as a different color, activities, or events that are going to be happening throughout the year. For me, I like to put in my workouts, any traveling that I'll be doing, and family time. And yeah, it just makes it a lot easier to see everything in a year's glance rather than, putting it into your phone and then forgetting about it until the week of that event. And another thing they just recently dropped is the door-sized calendars. This is pretty sick because not everybody has like a giant wall that they can put this calendar up on. For that version, it's 26 by 18. So if I were to measure it on my stick, it would be right about there. So that's what it looks like in comparison. And then 18 would be, I'm assuming, going this way to be able to fit in the actual door. So yeah, it's basically the same thing. It has the dry erase material, so you can erase whatever you want. Honestly, I'd say that's perfect if you're in like a dorm room or a smaller apartment. And again, you don't have the large space to put this big calendar on it. You could just use your door. And to also touch on their other calendar versions, they also have a big class calendar, which starts in, I believe, August. And then their mid-year calendar, which starts in July. So I have that right here, and but I just haven't unpacked it. And I can see right here that, yeah, it starts from July to June of 2026. So that's really good if your year doesn't run from January to December. So these might make more sense for you. And the big class calendar too, you don't have to be a student. You could be like a teacher, or if you're just a parent with a kid who goes to school and you want to plan everything ahead of time, that's a really good option for you. Okay, let me back up and give you guys a little bit of background on the calendar and explain some philosophies that you guys can use to make the most out of your calendar. So if you don't know, this calendar was created by a man named Jesse Itzler, who is a highly successful serial entrepreneur. Highly recommend that you guys just look him up. He has a really cool life story, and he shared it before on the Joe Rogan podcast. So you can check that out if you're into the Joe Rogan podcast.
Hey guys, so it's Joey from the future. I just want to show you guys how I'm actually setting up my new calendar for 2026. So the first thing that I did was I color coded a legend because I saw Jesse Itzler do it and I thought it looked cool, so I wanted to do it as well. Also, it's on the paper that comes with your big ass calendar, so you can literally just follow it. That's what we did. And we just did a quick 5-minute brainstorm of everything that we need to do to plan out the year in terms of holidays, projects, vacations, activities, and birthdays. Now we have our old calendar right here, and we literally just looked at the past events that we had and then put it up in here, like repeated birthdays. But I do have some new additions to it, so I'm excited to add even more onto it as the year comes closer and we have more projects planned. Also, if you're watching this before Christmas and you don't know what gift to get your friends and family yet, this is a great option, not just for Christmas, but also for birthdays as well. I've already given out a handful of these things to my close friends, and also the class calendar for all of my friends who are still in college. So it's a really practical gift that you can give anyone right now so that they can plan the best 2026 possible.
Anyway, that's how I found out about the calendar. But as I was doing my research and I was looking into Jesse Itzler, I found that he was sharing two main philosophies when it came to this calendar. First is the Misogi, which is an old Japanese ritual, and it's basically where you choose one thing that year that is year defining. So for me, it was the half Ironman race that I actually just completed last week. And for you guys, it could be anything big. It could be, you know, you want to climb Mount Everest, or you want to go skydiving for the first time. I would say just choose something that is, you know, out of your comfort zone and something that is year defining. You know, like it has to be super big where you can say, okay, for this year, I did this, and that really was a big accomplishment. The second thing is called Kevin's rule, and this is where you plan out 6 mini adventures throughout the entire year. And these should be things that you normally wouldn't do. And so yeah, basically just every other month, just planning out some sort of trip or some sort of event on the weekend. You could see on the calendar, it's actually marked in blue color for the weekends, and you could see all the different weekends compared to the weekdays for each month. For me, that's been stuff like planning out a trip with my girlfriend or planning out a trip to spend with family. And it really forces you to actually schedule some fun stuff into your life rather than just, you know, grinding the whole year, which is something that I'm usually guilty of. And, you know, the saying goes, you know, if you don't put it down on the calendar or you don't write it down, then chances are it's not going to happen. So yeah, for someone like me who's always working, I forget to schedule some time, some quality time with family, and, you know, just spending time doing things that make life actually enjoyable. So yeah, this calendar has been a huge help in terms of that. So if you're a busy professional who, you know, wants to spend more intentional time with family and doing less work, then this calendar is going to allow you to really balance that. Last thing I'll say from my experience of using this calendar for last 2 years now is it's really helpful at keeping you accountable. I mean, every day, if you have it on your wall, right, and you walk past it, there's really no excuse after that, right? For example, when I was training for my half Ironman, I had to make sure that all of the other events that I had planned out were dialed in so that I could just, you know, fully focus on training for a specific period of time. It also helped me just say no to things that weren't really too important, because when you're planning ahead of time, you know, the entire year, then you could tell yourself like, hey, I have this trip, this trip, this trip, or this event, this event, this event. So if there's any other event that pops up out of nowhere, like, you know, a friend's birthday party or something, I don't have to feel obligated or pressured to say yes, to actually go to that, because I already have everything already planned out. And also with like any training blocks that you have on here, if you want to schedule your workouts, then that would obviously take priority too, right? During the half Ironman, a lot of the weekends for the 2-3 months prior to the race, I was pretty much out on the weekends training, didn't have time to do pretty much anything else. So yeah, that's my review of the 2026 big ass calendar. I think using a calendar like this, or, you know, the door version or even the class version, and using Kevin's rule and the Misogi principles put into it, you can really stack up a lot of wins throughout the year and, you know, just make life more enjoyable if you're a super busy professional who just likes to grind and you forget about enjoying yourself sometimes. So if you guys are interested in getting one, use my link down below and use code Joey2_win, and just copy paste the code on the description. If you don't use 2 underscores, I don't think the code's gonna work. So use that code, you'll get like 10% off or something like that. This is 100% worth the money. I'm gonna keep buying these. So Jesse Itzler, if you're watching this, please keep making these because I'm gonna keep buying them. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you wanna see my video reviewing the planners that Jesse Itzler made, then click on the video on the screen.